Trap News Network, back in the same, like cracking the same, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Like, comment, subscribe, It's TNN Trap News Network, bringing you that good news, views, that good knowledge. Though you're not finna get nobody's college, though, big dog. Hit the like, hit the comment, hit the good subscribe button. Everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's the hardest working news anchor in the game, the hardest working YouTuber in these YouTube streets. Rich Trapper tapping in to give you what you need, giving you what you need. You feel me? We here at TNN Trap News Network. Good news, you get knowledge. You ain't finna get nobody's college. We finna slide over here, man, where Adam22 says WACK100 has obtained Luce Cannon's paperwork. Let's get into these lies and lies. Let's get into this content. Let's go.
To talk about the fact that apparently, word on the streets, and we don't have all the information yet, but if you go to Wacks Instagram, you can pick up on some of this. Wack is claiming that he has open and shut evidence that Luce Cannon is a snitch that is going to be revealed, I guess, Thursday on the Adam and Wack show. And listen, I've heard Wack say that he had paperwork on people before where it sounded like the paperwork wasn't exactly like a clincher. He feels extremely strongly that Luce Cannon is going to be exposed as a tattletale.
I think it's exposing itself based on how he lined it up with the court date. You know what I mean?
Wack?
Huh?
Wack?
No.
Oh, you think Luce?
The Luce Cannon thing, because they pushed the court date to May next year, and all 7 people that's directly on that indictment, not bringing it, but them 7, he not on there. He not going to court with the people he's supposed to go to court with. Like a bail hearing or something, you'll go by yourself, something like that. If you trying to do
or this emotion that separates you, go by yourself. With a full-blown trial, you going with the homies.
Well, your lawyer put something in, or so I forget what that shit called. You probably go by yourself. But the court dates, it's supposed to be all 7 of y'all. Them 2 girls, Sylvester or whatever the fuck, Bear, it's supposed to be all 7 of them. He the only one without a court date.
Damn. I didn't even think about that.
So does that mean nobody else is cooperating?
No, that ain't what that mean. But
then why would they all be together and he the only one separated?
And isn't Luce not really involved with the main Big U charges?
No. See, it's big old indictment and all these different what you call this up under the damn, I'm getting a fucking brain fart. But whatever. Them Brick Baby not involved with this shit. Brick Baby is on his own little shit with the
it's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but
he's not a part of that
didn't
indictment.
have nothing to do with the body or anything.
But no.
But he's still part of the RICO.
He's part of the girl, the Trap Money, the Tiffany Hines girl, the Bear Claw dude, Sylvester. All 7 of them is on the same thing. They're supposed to go to court together. Luce fell off the radar. He's not going. Like, he don't even have a court date. Something's up with this dude. He's never going to be next to Big U because he's going to be a keep-away. They never...
That's an interesting point. That is a very interesting point. Unless Luce Cannon has already worked his deal, that's going to get him on the streets. Unless Luce Cannon has already worked his deal, that's going to get him on the streets. Let's see. I don't know.
I'm about to put him...
But I stand by. I told y'all in January that I said in 3 months, y'all gonna see some things shaking around this mother chucker. January, February, March, April. It's May. It's shaking around this mother chucker. I said in June it's gonna get cracking. It's coming up. Because what I do know is, in a minute, everybody on that case is gonna know who's a confidential source and a snitch. Everybody's gonna know. Because the judge is gonna give all that information to their lawyers. And the only stipulation is they're not allowed to share that information with the public, and the paperwork has to stay with the lawyer. You think niggas don't know how to get on the phone?
Like I told you 4 weeks
ago. You think niggas don't know how to talk? You think that message won't get out to the streets? Come on.
To go, he go tell. I even put it on my hood and my daughters. Remember?
You did say that.
Even just looking at the way Luce interacts on this platform, you could tell he has loose lips. He's one of those guys who volunteers a lot of information willingly. So imagine if he's pressed. Imagine if they we could work something out for you. Like, bro, already kind of old, so he ain't trying to do no numbers. And if he feels like those dudes are washed up, like they're goners anyway, he probably like, look, the information I'm giving you, or not, the information I'm giving them, or I'm slowing down my speed.
He got it in 4 years
information I'm giving them or not giving them probably isn't going to make or break this case. So I'm going to just go ahead and tell. And honestly, let's be real. If they were just being real about the situation, if you know you did it, if you know it's not a good chance that you're going to beat it, I don't see why they would even have any animosity towards Luce. Like,
Huh? That ain't giving you a go green light to snitch on me. 'Cause
No.
they got me.
not snitch, but like,
No, not the green light.
at
But
this point, what would be the point of keeping him down?
What Brandon's saying
Which-
is in his head. That's what would justify him.
Like,
doing
what's the point?
What's the point of not telling?
What's the point of even having animosity towards him for telling if he is telling?
Because he pressed his whole line of not liking snitches, and he actually decided to destroy a couple people's lives, putting false allegations on them for being snitches, and in fact they actually were not snitches and had never told on anyone. Now the irony of the situation is, after bullying people for telling, you are he who is telling. That is LUCE canon.
Y'all know what y'all did? There's a bunch of other shit that ain't got nothing to do with
But
Luce.
if you're a gang member, it is a default rule. You're not allowed to tell. You're not allowed to tell on your worst enemy. You're not allowed to tell on the guy that shot you, etc.
It's a testament to your lack of moral code.
No, but he feels that they betrayed him. Luce got up here talking about how they would.
That's Luce 6'9". That's a Tekashi 6'9" thought process. You told on me, you betrayed me, so I'm just gonna betray you back. You was a buster from the start, and you a buster now.
Do this and do that, and you would have us doing this, and he ultimately feels like fuck them.
And to be fair, to me that does sound kind of insane when you put it like that. Because me personally, if somebody like mega betrayed me, I don't think I would have too much of a moral qualm
too,
with talking to the
fuck yeah.
cops about it.
You wouldn't know.
Tekashi,
But
that is
I'm
the-
not a gang member.
Right.
Like, when you become a gang member, you're basically swearing to take this code in which you're not going to tell on anyone, no matter what.
that is the Tekashi 6'9" defense.
Man,
Period. Once
Tekashi-
again.
Said since he fucked my baby, my mom.
I think
Tell
all right,
me.
yeah,
They
yeah.
was
definitely
extorting that
took my
dude.
lighter.
Oh, shit.
They listen.
Donnie, can we hit the later?
Hey, Tekashi was like, bro, they was, they already extorting him.
Plus, we
And
got
then on top of that, they disrespect him by fucking his baby mama. At that point, fuck them. Like,
I think that was
One
cap,
one of
by
the
the way.
things, one of the things I hate within my own community is like, you're supposed to let me fuck you over and still, ascribe to this street code. No, if it's fuck me, it's fuck you. And I
kill
really
him.
think that's what Luce is saying.
Do
If
not
it's
do
fuck
something
you,
to
it's
him.
fuck. If it's fuck me, it's fuck you. But you're not allowed to use the law as a vehicle by which to cause damage.
He's
to
a
them.
grown man, he can do whatever he wants to. I bet you Big U will tell on his ass if he thought that'd get him out of jail. Bro, I know OGs who will tell you, yeah, I told on them niggas what they gonna do about it. I ain't doing all this time.
make it
The
right.
dudes who were the head of the mafia,
Just because somebody's a hoe don't mean you could be a hoe with them, bro. It don't make it all right. Just because somebody's a buster don't mean you could be a buster with them. I tell my sons that all the time. Let that person be a female dog. You ain't got to be a female dog. It's never an excuse to go against what you know is morally wrong. I'm sorry, morally right to do what you know is morally wrong. It's never an excuse.
they snitched on their soldiers, on their hitmen and all that stuff. Bro, there's no honor amongst thieves. There's no honor amongst criminals.
But there
If
is
you
some
believe that,
honor
you're
amongst
silly.
some thieves.
Who, name them?
Well, I don't
Like,
really know, but there's definitely
I
people
know thieves,
sitting
I
in
know
jail who are
thieves.
doing
I know-
50
I know.
years because they wouldn't tell, right?
I'm not telling on nobody, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I
that's-
believe
That's
it.
unspoken.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And guess what? I respect that. But when people are looking at freaking 50, 60, 70 years, don't nobody know what they might do.
Nah,
I think somebody like Butchie would way rather sit in jail for the rest of his life than actually be.
I just wouldn't go. I'm not doing nothing if I can't handle the consequence. I know how to say no, nigga, or I'm about to go to the house.
But you'd rather sit in jail for 50 years than tell and spend 50 years
I
on the
played a
outside.
part-
Because you would be rejected by your community. You would have to probably move to goddamn Vegas or Nebraska or
Vegas
some
ain't
shit,
far
right?
enough.
Wisconsin. We're not going to get into who lives in Wisconsin. Never mind.
It's
Vegas
not
ain't
far
far
enough.
enough.
Vegas ain't far enough.
That's basically
Inglewood
California.
travels, yeah. But I mean, we know a lot of people like that who basically told and then they moved to some random place and
Right.
they still are living their life. And I'm sure that they're probably content being, sitting on a porch somewhere enjoying life, drinking a Mike's Hard Lemonade. But, a lot of people would probably, if you really believe in that gangster shit.
If you play the part, and then when it go bad, then you go tell. That's weak. You know what I'm saying?
This is the difference between Brick and Luce. Brick has strong ties to his community. He'd been there his entire life. He definitely not going.
You was just eating Luce's meat. You just had your big pointy bird nose and Luce's belly button. Now you're talking crazy about him. Lush, you're disgusting. That's why you should be always portrayed as an overzealous, caffeine addicted, lack of sleep, weirdo, middle-aged white guy on his knees licking a plate of glass shards. That's definitely how I need you to describe Lush for eternity.
There's no circumstance where Brick will cooperate or tell. I would be very surprised if he did, based on that, because his whole life, hinges upon his gangsterism.
Bro, it's
That's a
snitches
huge part
in
of-
man,
I
fuck
just
all
don't-
that.
Yeah,
It's snitches in every hood that's walking around
that's not
untouched.
my point.
Wait, I'm making a point to counter your point. It's snitches walking around in every hood untouched with immunity because of who their family is and who they fuck with or what they willing to do. This is the bigger question. When do the OG actually start meaning OG, where you say, you know what, youngster, I fucked up. I let us down this path. I'm going to just take responsibility for everything, and y'all just go ahead and live your life.
You
and
mean
take
the
care
main
of
guy that's on the
people-
indictment?
That's what I'm saying. And this is what I'm telling you. You a big dog. You the OG. You the all this. Bro, why you didn't have a contingency plan for this? The thing that pissed me off the most about Big U, and I don't care if y'all, whatever, bro, you touched M's, and they didn't get you initially. You should have been in Mexico somewhere. You should have been in freaking Costa Rica somewhere. You tell him you the big dog and you can't get out the country?
True. That's
I wanted to talk
Brandon-
about this. The game has apparently lost.
Brandon is making a point, man. I don't know. All I gotta say is red dots to the left, you know the rest, and it's free Avenue Angel until he's free. We go.